What if everything you believed was a lie? What if the people you trusted most were the ones who betrayed you? Welcome to a world where every story cuts deep and every ending has a twist you won't see coming. Hi, this is Sensational Stories, the home of heartbreak, betrayal, revenge, survival, and the strength that rises from it all. Every day, I bring you real-life inspired tales filled with shocking turns, raw emotions, and unforgettable lessons. Whether you're here to cry, gasp, or cheer, trust me, you won't leave unchanged. So sit back, subscribe, and get ready. Because these stories, they aren't just told, they're felt. I had spent months dreaming of my wedding day. Every detail was planned perfectly. I loved him, or at least I thought I did, and I trusted his family like my own. But on the morning of the wedding, everything shattered. A friend sent me a message, a screenshot of a group chat I wasn't supposed to see. In it, my fiance's sister laughed about how easy it was to trick me, how my wedding was just a cover-up for a deal the family was making. Marrying me into the family was part of a business agreement, a ploy to use my name and inheritance. My heart stopped. Then I read what my fiancé wrote. She's gullible. She won't find out until it's too late. I was numb, then furious. I didn't cry. I didn't confront. I disappeared. While the guests were being seated and the groom was smugly adjusting his tie, thinking I'd show up like a clueless fool, I was already executing my plan. I had secretly contacted a lawyer and froze all joint accounts, cancelled the business merger they were counting on, and sent out a scheduled email to the entire guest list, with proof of the betrayal. I even hired a videographer to stream the moment the groom realised I wasn't coming, and that everyone knew the truth. The wedding turned into a scandal. The guests walked out. The venue cancelled the event midday. His family's reputation ruined. Their business on the verge of collapse. As for me, I left the city for a while, not to hide but to heal, and to start fresh. They thought they broke me, but they didn't know who I really was. I watched the chaos unfold from a quiet cafe across the city, phone in hand, heart racing. The live stream I'd arranged caught everything. The confusion on his face when I didn't walk down the aisle, the horror on his mother's when guests started checking their phones and whispering. Then the murmurs turned into gasps. The officiant stopped mid-sentence. My best friend, the only one I'd confided in, stood and read my final words aloud. This wasn't a wedding. It was a trap. But the bride didn't fall for it. I'll never forget the expression on his face when he realised the truth. Not just that I knew, but that I had outsmarted him. That his plan, carefully orchestrated with his family, had collapsed in front of everyone they hoped to impress. Later that night, he tried to call me. Once, then twice. Dozens of messages came through. Apologies, excuses, even threats. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Silence was my answer. But that wasn't the end. 2 weeks later, I walked into a press conference, this time wearing a sharp white suit instead of a wedding dress. My family's company, the very one they tried to get their hands on, had made headlines. Not because of the scandal, but because I had taken full control, removed corrupt board members, and restructured it completely. Reporters asked about the wedding. I smiled and simply said, "Some unions are meant to build empires. Others are meant to destroy the illusions of love built on lies." That quote trended for days. Meanwhile, my ex-fiancé's family lost major investors. Lawsuits followed. One by one, the masks they wore began to fall. The empire they tried to build on deception crumbled. Not because of me, but because of their own arrogance. It wasn't easy. Behind every strong front was a woman who cried for nights, who doubted her worth, who questioned everything. But in that darkness, I found clarity. I traveled, I wrote, I surrounded myself with people who genuinely loved me. And eventually, I forgave. Not for them, but for me. Because healing wasn't about pretending it didn't happen. It was about owning the pain, turning it into power, and walking forward without dragging their shadows behind me. I didn't just walk away from that wedding. I walked into the rest of my life, stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. They say betrayal changes you, and it's true. It tore me apart, but it also revealed parts of me I never knew existed. Strength, clarity, fire. That wedding day was supposed to be the beginning of a shared life. Instead, it became the moment I reclaimed my life. I didn't get the love story I thought I wanted, but I got something even better: freedom, truth, and a future that belongs only to me. To anyone who's ever been betrayed, you are not broken. You are becoming. And sometimes, disappearing isn't running away. It's making an entrance. Moral lesson: trust is a gift, not a weakness. And when that trust is betrayed, the strongest response isn't revenge. It's reclaiming your power with grace and wisdom. Never let betrayal define you. Let it reveal who truly deserves a place in your life, and let it build the version of you they never saw coming.